So, first gear rolling start, there's all good kart races are, and so quick identifiers. The division ones have got the yellow plates, black numbers. The 250 monos, the single cylinders, have got white plates with black numbers. The 125s, blue plates with white numbers, and 450s, red plates with white numbers. Safety car pulled off, lights are on, the gantry ready to go. It's Tritton and Morley that bring the field up the centre straight. Lights out, the way we go, and it's Tritton that gets the jump ahead of the 24 car of Morley. Lee Harper looking to have a move up the inside, and that's going to be a late move if he does, but slots into third place. They disappear out of my sight and up to Wilson's for the first time. So it's Tritton from Morley and the reigning champion, the one kart of Lee Harper. Wait for them to reappear into the Palmer left-hander and down towards Agostins. Unfortunately, the kart being so low and there's lots of armco on the infield, it's difficult to pick out some of the karts, but it looks like it's Morley that's got the lead for the first time. It's a 24 kart of Morley that lead into Agostins for the first time, chased by the 87 of Tritton, and it's Lee Harper in fourth place. Looks like the 6 of Andy Galliford. Tom Rushville gets a nice move there on the 5, I think that was, of Carl Hume, who's got Sam Moss right behind him. The 31 car, as the rest of the field streams through, I think that's a 0 of Paul Platt that's leading the way in the 250 monos. As the rest of the field streams through, I can see Ollie Ridout going through, can't quite pick out who's leading the 125 category at the moment as the karts stream down the Bentley straight for the first time. Into the pits to retire is the 83 kart of Paul Von Gerard. So I'm not taking any further part in this. The engine is running, although on Paul's kart it is 2 125 engines either side of the driver. But the engines are running, but the nose cone looks quite low on that kart, so I wonder if there's an issue with somebody. Morley from Tritton. They pulled a little bit of a gap over half, and then it's Tom Rushford, Andy Gully for the 6 kart, Sam Moss, Carl Hume, Costa Karitsis. It's Lee Plain that's leading Paul Platt in the 250 monos. Samantha Hempshire a bit further back than I think she would like. And then looking further back in the 125s, it's the S3 of Ollie Holmes. It's got about a 6 kart length advantage over the 28 of Ella Stevens. And I think we should see that it's Roman McClintock, the 26 kart, that's leading the way in the 450s. But Morley up the front and leading away, but in fact he's being caught now by the 87, the Jack Tritton. Both these drivers had braking issues in Yes's race. If you saw the start of Yes's race going into Riches for the first time, big plumes of white smoke as they all tried to dive in and get late on the brakes. But Liam Molly was explaining after Yes's race that he just couldn't get the confidence in the brakes for the early laps yesterday, and took a bit of time to reveal in the one kart of Lee Harpen, but all looks well this time around. But Tritton could be the danger. Set the fastest lap in Yes's race to claim the pole position for this opening race of today. Nathan Barton also in pit lane. The 14 kart had a gearbox issue and didn't start yesterday's race, and we've got no further than one lap and into the pit lane, so retirement also for Nathan Barton. And it's Constantine a bit at the front. It's Morley from Tritton and Harper, those 3 broken clear of Tom Rushford. Then it's Sam Moss, but Sam Moss arming, problem for the 31 kart, pulls across on the entry to Ricky. So I think Sam Moss's race is over and done with. Paul Platt's now leading the monos, and the yellow flags obviously up at Riches as Sam Moss pulls into a safe place. So Lee Plain, who was leading the monos on that opening lap, has disappeared. Stevens, it's a lot closer than it was before, and Ella Stevens, there's a different car class between them. Who is that? It's Rob Austin, the 90 kart, that's filling in the 125 sandwich. Leaders already through the infield and onto the Bemsee straights as we look back to this battle in the 1-2-5. And is it still going to be Holmes or is Stevens ahead? And it is still the mainly white coloured kart, the S3 kart of Ollie Holmes, the previous champion for the last 2 years, still leading the 1-2-5s. In fact, Ella Stevens now been passed by another of the 250s, so 2 karts now between the pair of them. And NTO can't say unbeaten. It's no change at the front. It's still Morley, Tritton and Lee Harper. Tom Rushall still there in 4th place. Fastest lap goes to the 87 of Jack Tritton, a 47.333. Moss obviously pulling out, so that elevates Costa Coetzee up to 5th place from Carl Hume in 6th. And then we've got Paul Pratt safely clear at the head of the monos, looking further back to see who's running in 2nd. It is the 101 of Lee Plain, but I wonder whether Lee had a spin somewhere. 3rd in the monos is the 35 of Samantha Hempshall, with John Busby there in 4th and Ben Arden in 5th. And into the pit lane and out again goes the GP1 of Kurt Catamol. And now the battle for 1-2-5 still Holmes from Stevens, but there's no other karts between them now. So is Stevens going to be lining up a move onto the S3 karts as they head up towards Wilson's for the 4th time. Leaders already down the Bemsee straight. And Stevens looking right on the tail of Holmes as they head into Agostini's. Is there going to be an overtake? We'll just try and pick that up before the leaders come back around Coram. And doesn't quite get the move. And there's another kart that's mixed in with those. Morley, Tritton and Harper cross the lines to complete 4 laps. And if anything, let's have a look at the time, 46.6 for Liam Morley that time around, so only 4/10 outside the lap record. Liam pushed all the way. Jack Tritton was a 46.893 that time, so some quick times being put in by the front 3. Paul Platt being caught and passed by the 15 of Andy Wade. The Division 1 gets ahead of the mono, but Paul will be quite happy to sit into the slipstream and get a tow along by the after kart. Samantha Hempshall there is now in 2nd place in the monos. Where has Lee Plain gone? Chris Beesmar a long way back, had issues yesterday and a lot further back than he would like to be. And I think 3rd place now is John Busby, the 50 kart, 3rd in monos, and Ella Stevens right on the tail of Ollie Holmes, and it's the 90 kart of Rob Austin that's in the mix there with them. They're trying to use the 250 down the straight, but probably the 1-2-5 slightly quicker through the corners. Morley, Tritton, Harpen and Rushford, and slightly slower that time around. Oscar Coetzee, the 69 kart, still there in 5th place. Then a big gap before Carl Hume should come through, and Carl Hume has gone missing because Mark Edwards moves up now into 6th place, just ahead of Tom Riley. Paul Platt crosses the line in 0 plate in 9th overall and still leading the monos by a huge distance from it should be the 35 kart. It is on cue. Here is Samantha Hempshall in P2. And then this battle for 3rd in class. It's John Busby just ahead of Ben Arden. 50 versus the 92. Ronnie West, our visitor from the States, the 20 kart, just ahead of John Faulkner. And into pit lane and out again I hadn't actually realised he wasn't out on circuit. It's the 85 kart of Ross Allen, so they're trying to get some valuable testing time, but I hadn't realised actually the 85 had disappeared fairly on from the timing screens. Head of Holmes, didn't see where the move came through, but it's now the 28 kart of Stevens up into 18th overall, leading the 125s, and running third I saw was with 22, the youngster, 16-year-old Joe Rippin. That was another good run out in the 125 class. Yellow flag down at Richards, but lead us through to complete 6 laps. Morley now 2.9 seconds clear of Jack Tritton, and a new lap record for the 24 kart of 1 minute 46.142. Checker flag goes out, and that's your 6 laps done. So Morley gets the win from 87, Jack Tristan. Third goes the 1 kart of Lee Harpham. Fourth is the 3 kart of Tom Rushford. We look further back as Andy Waite crosses the line. Full clap, arm in the air, gets another win in 250 monos. As we await the second place in monos, and that should be on cue. Here she comes, the 35 kart of Samantha Hempshall. And then we look further back for this battle in the 125 category as John Busby beats Ben Arden to third place in the mono category. Johnny West just holds off the 66 of John Cockner. And up to the finishing line, and the win goes to Ella Stevens from Ollie Holmes by about 8 kart lengths. And so drop the 90 of Rob Austin. John Reader crosses the line. Roman McClintock takes the win in the 450s, and Joe Rippin, the 22 kart, gets third place in the 125s. So that concludes your second superkart race of the day. We are due to go off again, which I think is probably going to be the final race of the day, again for the superkarts. Obviously, Bemsee doing a great job trying to get everybody's race day completed, and we appreciate all the efforts that they're doing. So I shall hopefully be back in the commentary box in a couple of hours' time.